Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode corporate filings so you don't have to. Today we're diving into the latest from Janux Therapeutics, a company with a name that sounds like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. You might think a biotech firm battling cancer sounds pretty serious, and it is, but their financial reports can be a whole other level of complexity. This report is a long one, so let's see what the story is. First, let's be clear, this report contains a lot of forward-looking statements, things that they hope to do, so we should always take it with a grain of salt. But the company tells us right away what they are up to and what to look out for. Janux is all about creating new ways to fight cancer with immunotherapies, treatments that use your own immune system to attack tumors. They've got two main platforms, Tractor and Tracer, and a few products in early trials. Looking at their pipeline, we can see that their most advanced products are called JANX007 and JANX008, targeting prostate and other solid cancers. These aren't your typical treatments, but, as they say, tumor-activated therapies, which means they are designed to work specifically in the tumor environment to minimize side effects. They're pretty excited about the early clinical data on JANX007, showing some promising results in prostate cancer patients with drops in PSA levels, and now they are also starting to see success in JANX008, with activity in multiple tumor types. These are big steps, but remember these are early-stage trials. Besides their own pipeline, Janux has a deal with Merck, the big pharmaceutical company, to develop other cancer treatments using their platform. This is a big deal because it validates their technology and brings in cash to fund operations. It also brings in significant risk in terms of the milestones, and it is possible that if Merck decides not to pursue it, Janux will need to find other funding to develop its projects. Janux's strategy is pretty straightforward. Keep pushing their lead programs, build out their portfolio, and look for partners to help them along the way. They know they can't do it all alone, and getting the right partners is crucial. Now for the limitations. You have to remember, T-cell engagers are known to have some serious side effects like cytokine release syndrome or CRS and can also harm healthy tissue. Janux is trying to get ahead of this with their technology so they can be safer than other existing T-cell therapies, but nothing is guaranteed. Their Tractor and Tracer platforms are designed to address these limitations, activating the therapies only in the tumor and then get eliminated quickly from the body if they escape the tumor. They're also designed to have a long half-life, meaning they stick around in the body longer, which is beneficial for treatment. The secret sauce is that they are trying to find new ways to direct the immune system to fight tumors, but to make it safer than previous generations of drugs. They use a masking technology that only activates in the tumor's environment and then quickly gets cleared out if it escapes. For PSMA Tractor or JANX007, they are targeting metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer, which is prostate cancer that keeps growing even when hormone therapy is used. Basically, it's advanced prostate cancer that is hard to treat. Their other Tractor program is JANX008, which targets EGFR, a protein found in many types of cancer, like colorectal cancer, head and neck cancer, and lung cancer. They've shown some early signs of shrinking tumors in patients with low-grade side effects so far. While JANX007 and JANX008 are currently leading the show for now, the report makes clear that they face competition from other companies developing cancer treatments, and more of these will come along. For example, they mention several targeted therapies approved by the FDA to treat NSCLC, SCCHN, RCC, and CRC, which are all indications that JANX008 is being studied in a Phase 1 clinical trial to treat. Now let's talk about some money. On one hand, they have a research agreement with Merck that's bringing in some funds. On the other hand, they're burning through cash to develop these cancer-fighting technologies. In fact, it may cost close to, or possibly more than $1 billion to bring one drug to market. They also rely on some important deals, like one with Wuzai Biologics to manufacture components of their drugs. So there is a risk for supply chain issues and all that. As of the end of last year, they had 81 employees, most of whom are in research and development. So they're still a relatively small company with big ambitions. One thing I always look for is debt, and I was relieved that I did not find too much. Digging into the required disclosures, this is just an operating lease with $38 million for the office and laboratory space in San Diego, which will be paid over the next few years. No major debt, good. Now let's talk about some numbers. As of the report, they had $1 billion in cash equivalents, and short-term investments. This sounds good, but they spent almost $70 million in 2024. So we have to think about how long the cash will last. They're not profitable, and they don't expect to be anytime soon. This means they'll need to keep raising money or partner with other companies to stay afloat. They have obligations to pay the lease on their San Diego facilities. The company entered into a non-cancelable agreement to lease office and laboratory space in San Diego, California that they will have to pay for years. If they are unable to continue raising money, they may be forced to pay the lease and conduct development for a fewer amounts of product candidates, or face a similar action. The legal stuff is always important. They point out that it's tough to be sure they aren't stepping on anyone's patents and they could get sued for infringement. They also have a standard set of cybersecurity, fraud, and government regulation risks, all of which may result in large liabilities and costs. Finally, they say in their report a long list of things that could go wrong, from clinical trials failing to competition heating up. This is a tough business, and they aren't alone in trying to crack the code of cancer. So it's a very competitive space. Now that we have all the facts in place, here are my thoughts. Janux Therapeutics is at a pivotal moment. Their tumor-activated approach is exciting, and the early data is promising. The leaders have taken steps to try and prevent potential headwinds, such as making new deals and adding as much cash as possible to their books. The biggest strength is their creative technology and the deal with Merck that brings both cash and external validation. This is what is attracting outside investors. But they also have to navigate regulatory approvals, manufacturing challenges, and competition from other companies. It's going to be a long and expensive road, but it could end up being highly valuable for shareholders. A key risk to watch is their cash burn rate. They have a lot of money now, but they're spending it quickly. If they can't bring in more funding or generate some revenue soon, they may face some difficult choices. I wouldn't expect them to become profitable anytime soon, and these reports may depend on the progress of their trials and the speed of execution. So all in all, Janux is a high-risk, high-reward biotech company. That's all for today's episode. If you found this analysis helpful, please leave a like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate filings.